Hello, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. This is your tarot and oracle reading for the week ahead whenever you're finding this. If you're watching along as I post because you're subscribed, this is for the week of August 18th through the 24th, 2025. Happy birthday if it is your birthday, Virgo. And so excited to be entering into your season. This is going to be a power time of the year for you, and it's a very intense one because we are moving into an eclipse season that heavily involves your sign. So we're about to enter into a very intense period of change for you, I believe. So the first card that's coming out for you is Truth. Truth. There's something here about the truth that is really important for you at this time. Especially if you're coming from a past where you've been lied to, cheated on, stolen from. You may be really honing into, well, what's the truth of this situation? What am I getting myself into? What's my truth? Really obsessed with the truth here in a good way. When everything is done as an offering, even the act of speaking, you get shown when to talk and when to be silent. I'm picking up on a message here, Virgo. There's a message of sometimes it's important to just shut your mouth and listen to what someone is telling you, because actually people will show you very clearly, whether it's through their words or their actions, what the truth of the situation is. The problem is a lot of us ignore that. A lot of us ignore that. Okay, like for example, almost every single person that I dated, like within the first couple of dates, they told me exactly how the relationship would go, how the relationship would end. Like I remember I dated this person and they told me that they were literally flat out told me, I'm an emotional coward. Like I have commitment issues. And I said, no, you're not. No, you don't. I went on to date them for like 3 years. And guess what? We broke the relationship off because they were an emotional coward. And they lied about something really stupid because they were too afraid of just initiating an emotional conversation. That's cowardice, right? I've also met so many other people who like entered into relationships with the same exact thing. It's like, you know, they went on a few dates with somebody and they're like, oh, I don't know if I'm like over my ex. And then they're like, okay. And then they, you know, just wait for it. And it's like, no, that's not going to happen. You know, it's like people oftentimes say what's actually going on. And if that person is a liar and they lie with their words, they will always reveal the truth with their actions as well. So it's just really important to listen to the truth of what's going on here. The truth always will come out 100% of the time. You'll always be able to read the truth. You just have to trust your intuition and what it's telling you. And let me tell you guys something. If your nervous system feels really dysregulated around a certain person, walk away. Walk away from that person. Let them go. Move on. Because that's just one of the most draining, exhausting situations you can get yourself into. And not just a person or a situation, a job, anything like that. We have the new moon coming out as your Moonology card. A new start is coming. Very beautiful. And isn't there a new moon this week that we're reading for? I forget. I should keep an astrology calendar like near me when I do these readings. But a new start is coming. I'm really excited to see what that new start will be for you, Virgo. Let's see. We're going to pull some tarot to get more specifics into this week ahead. We're going to do 6 cards, 2 rows of 3 from the Guiding Light Tarot, I believe is the name of this deck. But okay, Virgo. First card out, the Chariot in reverse. Okay, so this is where you're coming from and how you're entering into the week. Now, the Chariot in reverse is giving me this message of, it just feels too familiar. It just feels too familiar. That phrase just popped into my mind. I am wondering if you're in a situation where it feels like nothing has changed, or you're right back into old familiar patterns that you're ready to release. I am wondering, This can happen sometimes. I've seen this in a lot of relationships where it's like there's a separation that occurs, and then people think it's best to get back together, and then they get back together and they realize, oh my gosh, this person hasn't changed. Some of you may be going through that, or this could even be like, even if there is someone or something new going on in your life, there could be some signs there of like, this feels really familiar, like this feels like something or someone that I dealt with in the past, and I don't know if I want to continue with this because that person, place, or thing in the past did not end well. Always, always, always pay attention to those sorts of signs, guys. The Chariot in reverse, this is a card of like, you're feeling like you're not growing, like you're not in the growth zone. And that's another message here as well. We mentioned the nervous system, right? And when people, places, or things, they trigger our nervous system and keep us in that constant state of fight or flight and stress, you're not going to be able to sustain being in the growth zone, as I call it. So the growth zone, to me, it's like that place right outside of your comfort zone where you're doing new things. You are reaching new heights, new goals, new accomplishments for yourself, Looking back into my own life, a time where I really felt like I was in the growth zone, within 6 months' time, I wrote my free tarot guide ebook, which, by the way, download it. It's down if you want a tarot guide on your phone or laptop or tablet or something. I signed up for a marathon and started running. I bought a car. I moved. There was like this time period. I made my online tarot reading course. Within 6 months, I did all of these things that were crazy. I was really in my growth zone because I had a very regulated nervous system. I was very at peace, and I was surrounded by love, and I had lots of helpful people around me. That is where you want to be at. Now, when the Chariot comes out in reverse, it shows that you're not there and you're really craving to be there. But that's the thing. It's like when you try to get into that growth zone and you try to push yourself, if you're surrounded by people who trigger your nervous system and make you feel like not safe, if you don't have consistency in your relationships or your income or whatever, it's like you really can't maintain staying in that growth zone at all. And that's when things start falling apart. That's when you fall off of your exercise routine. That's when you just cannot work overtime for the life of you. You can't focus on anything that's going to grow your goals, right? So going into this week, I'm seeing this concern that you have that you're not going to be able to make it into that growth zone where things are happening if something or someone remains in your life. All right, Virgo, we have the Two of Swords. Yeah, this is going to be a hard decision to make. Two of Swords is like you just want peace. But in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck, this is somebody who's blindfolded and they're crossing their arms over their heart with two swords in hands. It's a very defensive card. I want to be at peace. It's really a card of not making any moves. And again, you're not in the growth zone. You're sitting down, you're not making any moves. You feel like this might be a dangerous situation, but you don't know. You don't know if it's a dangerous situation. You don't know if it's a safe situation. And so in the meantime, you're just sort of keeping yourself safe. Staying in the comfort zone that you know is safe. Virgo. That will hold you back in life. See, that's the thing. It's like a lot of times people cling to what is already known, even if what is known is not healthy, because you've already been there. You already know, okay, well, I can deal with this toxic person, I can deal with this toxic job and still be okay. Like I still will live, I won't die, very animalistic thinking. We're animals at the end of the day, right? So you stay stuck in this comfort zone because it's safe and it's known, but it is not growing. It's not leading to your growth. It's not really going anywhere. That's a big illumination for this week. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. Here's the new start that's coming in, guys. I am seeing a change and a new start in your career. Some of you guys may be, for example, going from working an office job to working at home, or vice versa, or starting a new position or getting a promotion. This new start seems to be coming in financially and in your career life. Some of you guys may also be implementing some sort of new workout routine or diet as well. This new start feels very physical. It doesn't feel like it's related to like your emotions or ideas or passion, unless another ace comes out, we'll see. But it's going to be something physical, relating to your health, your physical body, your career, and your finances, or maybe all of the above. Okay. We have the Empress coming out underneath that Chariot in reverse card. So I feel like you're really waking up to your own worth and waking up when it comes to your value, what you deserve, what you don't deserve. And so you may be laying down a lot more boundaries, laying down a lot more, just radiating this sort of goddessy energy of like, I do not chase, I attract. For some reason I was about to say I chase, I don't attract, which that's really funny. I was about to say that because that's totally not the saying. That's the opposite of the saying. But I'm wondering, Virgo, if that's where you're coming from this place of like chasing something out of an animalistic sort of reaction. And this could have been chasing a familiar comfort zone, like an old relationship or an old pattern, because you felt it slipping away. It almost, to me, this giving false start energy, where you started to wake up to your worth and release, that old toxic comfort zone that's holding you back in life and causing this unease, this lack of peace, right? So that was starting to leave your life. You were starting to wake up to your worth. And then I don't know what happened to trigger this sort of fear response where you then were like, oh my gosh, no. And then you started chasing that old familiar comfort zone again, trying to keep it in your life, trying to cling on to it. And then you got it. Okay. You caught up to it. You got it. And then implemented that old comfort zone back into your life. And then it's like, okay, the dust settled down from that. And now you're waking up and realizing, oh, nothing has changed. Like I'm right back to square one once again with this. And, some of you guys may be feeling a little bit foolish with that, and I just want to say, like, that's normal. All right. Don't beat yourself up. And I feel like what's happening again is that you're waking up to your worth again, only this time you already know what's going to happen if you sort of run back to that comfort zone again. And I feel like this time around, I don't know. I don't feel like you're going to go back. Let's see. I wouldn't be shocked if the last two cards, any cards of endings came out, but let's see. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse. So for some of you, the thing that is not bringing you peace here, this old comfort zone, it could be a person. This could be a masculine person, and they could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. They don't have to be, though. This could be also an influence within you, because this is the Pentacles, which is essentially your energy as well. But King of Pentacles in reverse, this is someone or an influence that is like will not let go of their comfort zone, will not let go of the past, and maybe devaluing you, okay? King of Pentacles in reverse is somebody who, like, they just never change. No matter how much you want them to change, no matter how much you just want them to treat you right, they don't, And so you're in your Empress energy. There's someone here who's in their King of Pentacles reverse energy. It is a mismatch in maturity. And I feel like that's sort of why things are sort of just stuck where they're at, stagnant where they're at, because there's an influence here of someone in your life who refuses to change. And no matter how much they say they're changing, they don't, and you know that. And this could be somebody also, there's something here about like you giving them money at some point, or them borrowing money, or having some, this could also be like either like a third party situation or an addiction. And third party situation, it doesn't have to be like a third person. This could also be like, this is somebody who's a workaholic, has an alcohol problem, drug problem, just like some issue, okay? Especially if it's like a romantic relationship. It's like, oh yeah, it's me, this person, and their addiction to video games or something like that. That can also be a third party situation here. All right. And I feel like, you may have put yourself stuck into this pattern, and you're starting to wake up once again. Final card out. 3 of Cups in reverse. Guys, this is literally the card of third party situation. Like straight up. There's something else that's coming between you and this person. And this person, it's not you, it's this person who is choosing something or someone else that's getting in the way of what you're doing, getting in the way of your peace, right? And that's what's being released. I'm hoping that's what's being released. So none of these cards actually represent an ending, but there are cards here that show a new beginning. You have the new moon, a new start is coming, and we have the Ace of Pentacles upright. Now, to me, what that means is you're shifting gears mentally and emotionally. What I'm seeing here, Virgo, you're starting to focus way more on your career, on your finances, on your health and fitness. That's where your energy is shifting. And I feel like you're just trying to protect your peace. And it's like you're going from focusing so heavily on this very sort of toxic influence that just never changes to, all right, I'm going to focus on my own growth. This could be a situation for some of you where you're keeping this toxic influence in your life for the time being, but your main point of focus this week is building up a new life so that way you can break free from this toxic influence. So I'll give you an example. Let's just say this toxic influence is a job that you just know that you need to get out of because your boss is a dick and you're never going to get that promotion or whatever. Okay, you're focusing on building up a business on the side or applying to other jobs. Okay, and it's like once you have enough success in that, you're going to let this go. Or if this is like a marriage or a relationship and you like live together and there's a lot of entanglements, I feel like mentally you're already checked out. But it's like you're saving the money, you're doing the things in order to make that break officially and on a physical level. Does that make sense? So that's what I'm seeing here, all right? You guys are finally waking up to your worth again and in a more permanent way this time, all right? Thank you so much for joining me. Definitely watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs to get the fullest overview of this week ahead. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe if you have not already. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my intention oils there, shamanic life coaching sessions there, as well as my online tarot reading course, so check it out. Bye-bye.